You ripping a little bit. Alright, I don't know what that was, but my power cut off. I think it was when I hit that jump because my camera moved. I don't know what's going on with the. I think I need a new camera mount because it's like loose and it just won't tighten up. And I noticed one of the pins was bending, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it. But yeah, we're at my baseball field that I went to when I went to go visit Mrs. Dot's. I guess you could say her final resting area because they put her ashes there. I think I wanted to come out and see if I could practice some wheelies, man. Because that's one thing I wanted to try to do. Woo-hoo-hoo. Hold on, we're going to get these wheelies. Yo, this joint does not jump like the Talaria Sting. I meant like the Sunrun. The Sunrun's so much lighter. Like I'm trying to jump it and I cannot. Stop, drop it. Jeez. Gotta figure out how to tighten that. Alright, so one way I watch videos on how to do this wheelie thing is you get the bike. Alright, so essentially you stand it up. I'm not sure I'm gonna pull this off, but first things first, we'll get off of this hoe. And we're going to put it in the Eco. So you're supposed to like kind of stand this joint up. Am I supposed to be on it and do that? I'm going to have to watch the video again. I'm probably gonna fall so many times, bro. Trying to do this. I'm trying to get the sucker to even pop up. I can't even get it to do that. Oh, there we go. Yo, this is harder than I thought. Hold on, y'all gotta fix this cam, bro. Alrighty. So what I essentially just did was I pulled the mount forward. I didn't lock my helmet. I pulled it forward a little bit because obviously it just keeps wanting to move down. So I pulled it forward a little bit and then I moved the head and adjusted it to where I want it to be. So hopefully it don't keep falling down. but now I can't get a look at the front of the bike because it's pointing too far up. See? Now you're looking at the grass. You're not looking at anything in the horizon in front of me. Well, gotta do what I gotta deal with. We rip it a little bit. Bunnies ran out of the way. We rip it. That was a low one. I never went to the Oakley or this middle school next to me. I wonder why. Now, I did go to a great middle school though. I ain't gonna be mad at it. It was Rock Raven Academy. It's fire middle school. No hating on it. Environmental science, it was fire because you have fish tanks. Ow! Stick just hit me. We got to take care of fish tanks from the 6th grade, and then the 7th grade we had like I forget what that drug was called. It was like a mixture of a fish tank and land creatures. And that was pretty cool. And then the 8th grade it sucked, and I'm glad I left at the 8th grade because we had to take care of earthworms. I'm like, yo, we went from fish to salamanders and fish to some daggone earthworms, yo. Really? But they fixed. I got out of there at that point. That's when I moved to Indiana, where I hated it, only because dudes was weird. I'm sorry, man. They would pick on you when you were new. So I was new there and from Baltimore, so I had a Baltimorean accent. They thought that was hilarious. You know how that goes on the internet. So like as this is my last day, I'm like, yeah, man, I'm going back to Baltimore today, after today. Ow! That was a big pothole. Or a dip. I'm like, I'm going back to Baltimore after today. They were like, oh man, we're gonna miss you, bro. I'm like, wait, what? I was like, I thought y'all hated me. Like, y'all used to be some dirtbags. And they was like, nah, we always like that to new people. I'm like, what? They were like, yeah, and they was like, ask, it was some white guy, I can't remember his name, and they was like, ask him. They was like, hey, yo, when you were new, how used to treat you? He was like, man, they should treat me like crap. And then he was like real cool with them, so I'm like, okay, well, that's crazy, because that's like their bestie now. And he's like, yeah, yo, it wasn't nothing personal, that's just how we treat new people. We hazel. I'm like, y'all suck. So, ended up coming back to Baltimore. That was wet. I did not like that at all. I got water on my leg. That was not fun. So, moved there. But I told you on my other Vine video, moved back to Baltimore within like 4 months, I think. Yeah, I can't do it while standing. Guess you gotta do it sitting down. Now you gotta find that counterbalance, but the way to do it, I was trying to do it, but I feel like I'm gonna literally slip this thing and hit myself in the face with the wheel. Cause like, you literally have to be off the bike. And when you're off the bike, well, that was the first fall, and instantly broke my thing. That is what I was trying not to do, and I broke it. All right, I can buy another one of them. I saw them on AliExpress for cheap. All right, we're good. Other than this, that is what they call in the wheelie world a loop. All right, I ain't break my seat like my man Dylan did. That's worse than this thing. Like I said, you can get this from Alibaba for cheap. All right, just checking to make sure everything else is kosher. I can bend that back. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put this in my bag. That is the risk of trying to learn to stunt. You will fall. And like always, once you fall off, get back on and you try again. You know the mistake I made? When it went up like that, I was supposed to hit the brake. I did not hit the brake. One, that would have brought it back down. Two, that would also cut the power. So it wouldn't have kept going. And as you can tell, my lesson ain't learned. I'm still trying. I'm still trying it, yo. I have not learned my lesson. Wipe the sweat on my eyes real quick though, cause that's the thing. Now, of course, I am not riding this thing until I get that daggone fin back. I'm sorry, I'm that kind of person, bro. If something looks ugly, I don't want to ride that joint. Oh, there's water right there. I keep forgetting. Oh my God, there's so much water. This whole field. This is water. I gotta hit that better. I'm going back. I want to clear that sucker. There's no pulling the sucker up, bro. Like, I want to send this joint like in the air. In the air. Oh no, the water. Nope, nope, nope. Get away from there. Oh man, I got a story about this field, by the way, guys. This field here was the game I like to call my flu game, like Jordan. So it was like my second season playing for this like league. My second year playing for them. I was like 9, I think, years old, going on 10. And I remember it was the Milwaukee Brewers was the team I was on. And no, I wasn't no 10. Yeah, I was like 10. Milwaukee Brewers was the team I was on. And oh, that was water. They were looking for pitchers for the team, so they were doing like pitcher tryouts. I didn't want to pitch. I enjoyed fielding. Like that was like my favorite thing. Was I was like either trying to be shortstop or center field because they generally fielded the most. So, oh, that was my back mud flap probably. Oh no, my butt probably getting wet from all this dirty water. I just keep riding. But I didn't want to pitch, but they had me try out. So I remember going up there and I didn't give them my all. I was just tossing the ball as slow as possible. What I would consider slow, because I had an arm. I was tossing it slow, but it just kept landing strikes. So even though it was slow, they liked that it was generally strikes, and they're like, okay, well, he's doing pretty good. So yeah, we might have one of our pitchers. We might start him the first game. I'm like, what? So I'm like salty about this. I'm like, yo, how did me try not to do well was well enough for them because everybody else wasn't as good, and now I'm starting pitcher. I'm like, come on, I did not mean to hit that. So I'm like, come on, I'm mad. So lo and behold, we had the first game, and I think it was against the Yankees, and I had to start pitching. Now, mind you, I already kind of come to the game. I got like a little slight headache, but I enjoy playing baseball, so like I was going to play anyway. So I was like, screw that, maybe I'll get better. So I had a little slight headache. Had to come out, start pitching. So I throw like some semi-hard pitches or whatever. I didn't even consider that tough. Yeah, I'm getting water all over my legs. I didn't even consider that fast, and like I got 2 strikes on the guy. So then I just bombed, like gunned that sucker, do it as hard as I could. And strike 3, ended up striking dude out. And next person did the same thing. So what I would do is like I would just toss the ball softly, and the last pitch I would like throw as hard as I could. Now I was only like 10, so I'm speculating it was probably like 55, maybe 60 miles per hour. Cause I had an arm, so it had to be like 55 or 65, one of them two. And like bam, like strike them out. And I remember like they were telling me after I struck out the side, I struck out all 3 of them, and they were like congratulating. I was like, wow, man, good job, man, you struck out the side. That's amazing. So I'm like, cool. Actually, no, I didn't strike out the side. I struck out 2. Yeah, I struck out only 2 of them because I think the first person that was batting was Mr. Kerry, who was my future coach's son. And Kerry was like my kryptonite. Like that man always hit my pitches, bro. Like it was nothing I could do to strike this man out. So he was leadoff batter, and he hit like a single to I think center field or something like that. So I struck out the next 2 batters, and then I remember they were like all talking. It was like, oh snap, Roman is coming up. So I'm like, who is this Roman guy? Like they were talking about before the game. It was like, yeah, they got Roman on the team. He had like 13 home runs last year. So I'm like, oh, he's a hard hitter. I'm a hard hitter. Like I'm competitive now. Let's get it. So they're like, oh snap, Roman's up. So I see Roman coming out. Roman's walking out like kind of cocky. He's got like this little smirk on his face. Patting the shoes off with the bat and everything, doing the whole like getting ready to hit the ball thing. So I'm like, all right, let's see what he about. Toss a little medium, like maybe 40 mile per hour pitch. Strike. Throw another 40 mile per hour pitch. Strike 2. Then I remember like when he was swinging, he was looking back like, yo, this kid's dangerous. So like, and he had like a smile on his face, like he shook his head like on the second strike, like wow, like yo, this kid's dangerous, because he was swinging, he was just whiffing. And then that's when I was like, all right, here we go. So I gunned that sucker, 65 or something mile per hour. Bow! Strike three! I remember him just looking at me, then like shaking his head and looking down with a smile on his face and just walking off. And like as I got to the dugout, they were all like congratulating. It was like, yo, you struck out 3 people. You struck out Roman. Oh, I was like, yeah. And it's like, yeah, man, Roman, like I said, he had 13 home runs, man, last year. Like, he's a monster. You struck him out. So I'm all like hyped now a little bit. I'm like feeling myself now. I'm like, okay, maybe this pitcher thing ain't bad, you know? So come back out again, strike out the next 3 people, like straight 3 up, 3 down. Come back out again, 3 up, 3 down. Now at this point, I'm feeling like super sick. Like my head is throbbing. I'm nauseous. It was a rainy day too. It was like drizzling outside, if I remember correctly. So I'm just like sick. Like I'm laying down on the bleachers, and everything, like literally just laying down. And we were on this side here. So to give you an idea where we were sitting while all this water hits me in the leg. We were on this bleacher here. So I'm just like laying down, I think either here or I was there. And I'm just laying down like dying, trying not to throw up because like I felt like vomiting. And like I said, my head was just throbbing. So I'm like, I need to go home. They're like, all right, we're going to get you, take you home early, but just can you pitch just one more? Because I've already pitched like 5 times. So we only normally pitch about, we played 7 innings. So I was pitching, did 3 sides already. So at that point, you bring in, either the close or the relief. So it was like the bottom of the 4th. I come up to pitch again. Carey, once again, hits the ball. And then I strike out Roman and 2 others. Again. And at that point, they're like, all right, they asked one of the moms, could they take me home? And she was like, yeah, I'll take him home. So got in the car, drove me home, and I don't know how it was dark outside. Like it was dark when like my memory is it was dark when I got in the house, and I don't understand how, because it was only like, I had to be like 6 or 7, but because we left early, so there's no way it was dark outside. But they took me home, and I'm about to head home now actually. And I remember to this day my mom was watching like my mom was in the room and she was watching like tornadoes, some show on Sci-Fi back in the day with tornadoes. It was Discovery Channel. I think it was called like, I don't know. It was one of them shows on Discovery Channel about tornadoes. So she was watching that. And then I remember the Three Stooges ended up coming on. So I'm just laying there. I took some medicine, migraine medicine, because I used to get migraines back at that time. And that was because my mom used to make a lot of tea. And to this day she still does, but back then she used to use caffeinated tea, and I would drink so much of it, and the doctor found out that it was giving me migraines. So now she only does decaf. So when I go over, I get some decaf tea. And when I make tea, it's decaf tea. I went home, laid down, and pretty much was just trying to fight from throwing up and going to bed. That was essentially what went on. So that was like my flu game. Now what is that rattling? I can't tell if that's the bike making that little noise or is that this thing, which I think it is this. If I let it go. Yep, that's that. I'm like, what in the world? Alright, now I gotta go in the house. Order me another to stop mud from hitting my butt. And then put that on. That's gonna be some crazy footage for y'all to see, though. And the problem is, I gotta keep doing it. I gotta keep doing it, man. I'm not gonna learn how to wheelie until. I'm not gonna stop until I learn how to wheelie. So I'm probably gonna break more. That's the sad part, man. I don't know if I want to order from Alibaba. It'll take too long to get it from there. I might have to do AliExpress. I think I saw them for like $16, $20. So not too bad in price. Obviously, you don't want to buy it. You don't want to have to spend it. But I wanted to go out and practice, and I knew the risks. I knew that was the thing that I probably would break. That's why I said I was looking at them. I was looking at them at work yesterday. I was like, yo, I should buy a replacement of these before I start trying to learn to wheelie, because I am going to break it. Like, I know I'm going to fall, and I'm going to break it. And I did. I did it. I knew. My brother gonna be mad. You're like, man, see, you wanna be out there trying to be like Dylan. That's what there's that. I bet you he say that. I bet you he say that. I gotta record him when I tell him and show him, because he out riding his scooter right now. He is literally gonna be like, see, you out here trying to be wild and do tricks and stuff like Dylan. Alright, we're back to recording again. The joint cut off. Can't go that fast, but I don't know if it's a cop down this way. But that's always fun. So it looks like, at least for a few weeks, I'm going to have to ride my scooter. Because I'm not, like I said, I'm not riding it without this daggone thing being up here. Unless I can find one on Amazon, that way I can get my 2-day, what you doing? Why is you riding on the line like that? That way I can get my 2-day shipping. But if I got to get it from Alibaba, I'm not waiting that daggone long, bro. If I can get it from Amazon, I'm buying 2 of them. Yes, sir. So when I break the other one, I got another one to use. Oh, shit. It's more embarrassing than being mad. I'm not mad, like I said, they're not expensive. I'm more like embarrassed that I did what I expected I was going to do, but I was hoping I wouldn't. I was like, maybe I can surprise myself. And I won't fall, because I know what to do, you know. I know about hitting the brake and all that, you know. Did not touch the brake whatsoever. Instantly falls and breaks it. Alright, man. Y'all already know what to do, man. If you enjoyed me falling and falling on my butt cheeks, hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment. I'm sure I'm getting comments on this one. People are gonna let me know, like, yeah, what you did wrong was. But yeah, leave a comment, subscribe, and wear your gear, ride safely, and I will be gone.